Okay, so doing some commentary on the lead attorney, how he basically, you know, gave his reaction to what this mother had to say, which was, I mean, it was merited. And let's just get into it. Let's just get into it. Hard Talk Radio.
I think honestly, it is like I was thinking it was the law as well, because I remember when I went through my legal situation with my son's father, and how hard it was like to go through it. We ended up going for like a year and a half, and we started when my son was only 3 weeks old, and it took that long for it to go through the whole cycle. The longer it plays out, the more it strains you, and I feel like some of it may be like punishing you in a sense to like you should be able to solve it and just come together and then file the paperwork saying like, oh, this is our agreement, more than like letting the courts decide the agreement. I felt like I was being punished in like the Montgomery County courts ultimately because it was
Why
like
did you feel like you were being punished?
well, I felt like I was being punished because like they scrutinized everything about me. Like I had to bring my report card because I was like fresh out of high school. I had to bring my report card to prove that I was a good student. Like they won't like the court ordered me to bring that to prove that I was a good person for my son. I had to I
Wait,
had to
wait. You had a child.
Hold up. Hold on now. She's 18. Had a child at 18. Hmm. 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 You think kids don't need a father, just father figures. Yet you were a child yourself. Hmm. All right.
And was this
like
a divorce?
it wasn't even a divorce. We never lived together.
No, okay. So
We
you
never
never
lived
lived
together.
together. And he was fighting for custody?
He was fighting custody against me.
And you had to bring your report card?
I was ordered to bring my report card because I graduated that June, and I was because I had given the background story of like I graduated from I went through the whole school system, like I'm a good person. Me and him just really want like we want to have somebody help facilitate visitation. Don't get along, and there's been physical domestic violence situations where he's brought people trying to attack me or like show up at my house, different situations of that nature. So when I so they were like, oh, we need proof that you actually went to the school. So I had to bring my diploma.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So you were sleeping with a bad boy. You were sleeping with a bad boy. It's amazing how men get nailed to the cross, or even young men nailed to the cross about who we sleep with. But when it comes to women, all of a sudden there's sympathy. You had sex with this dude raw, 18 years old. You think? Let's keep going.
And my report card to prove that I was
So them asking you to prove that you had graduated, you felt like that was an unfair level of scrutiny?
I felt well because I thought it was unfair level of scrutiny because it was this. Some of the things that happened for me didn't apply to him. Some of the things that I had to provide proof since I was the primary person who had the child, he didn't have to provide. Like he didn't have to go back to BG to go get his documents. He didn't have to prove where you lived, your routine, what was the schedule that you had. Like there was so much things that I had to figure out and do. And I felt like overall I felt like I was punished because I didn't want to settle it with the way they wanted me to with him with with me having every other week with my child, and my child's only 6 weeks old, 7 weeks old.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're saying that the courts wanted you to do like a every other week. So the courts wanted you to do 50-50.
Yeah,
But you didn't want Okay, but you didn't want to do 50-50. You wanted
No.
Okay. And you felt like because the courts wanted 50-50 and you didn't want 50-50, you wanted to with your child, you felt like you were punished.
Yes, I do feel like I was punished overall because it felt like I had to fight harder to
Wait a minute. because they decided to be fair and let the child have visitation with both parents, you felt punished? You felt punished. What type of selfish crap is this? It's sad to say she's not alone. A lot of women think this way. A lot of black women, especially, think this way. That because the child spent time in your womb for 9 months, you're entitled for this child to have full custody of this child. That is your function. You know what? A man can say, you know what? I should also have full custody because if it had been for my sperm, you wouldn't have that kid. It takes a sperm and an egg to make a kid. It takes two people to make a child, two people to raise a child, man and a woman. And you have a lot of African Americans who will just go full retard and think that no, 9 months, it's my kid. No, it's not. Kids are not pieces of furniture. Okay? They're not pieces of furniture that you could divide in half sometimes and just say, well, it's mine and 50% mine. No, the kid is both yours. Let's just put it that way. It's both you and the child's father. And you cannot be saying because it's your biological function that you should get to have the kid or full custody, because without the sperm, you wouldn't have the child. So the man also has to have custody as well. Joint custody. And you felt you were being punished? What about the relatives that had to, deal with a young loved one who was irresponsible, who she chose to sleep with? How about that? How about they were punished?
To like, in a sense, of disprove what he says about me, but also to push that I'm the best person. And I think that's really hard.
Let me jump in for a second. Why should you not have to prove that you are the best person? Right? I assume that this is your child. Half of your DNA is in this child, right? Right? Yes. Half of your chromosomes, half of his chromosomes. Why should you not have to prove that you are the best parent if you want this child to live with you the majority of the time? Why shouldn't you prove that? Why is that not rational to say, hey, you need to prove this stuff?
I think it's so rational because for 9 months, I was the person that took care of the child.
Look, man. No, you didn't provide anything for that body. You didn't provide anything. That's your natural function. Just like it's a man's natural function to ejaculate in a woman and give that woman a baby, your function was to hold that baby for 9 months. That is your bodily function. And the fact that you are asked to prove, you have to be asked to prove that. Because you know how many women are mentally ill, drug addicts, unstable backgrounds, unsafe home environments, and they don't deserve to have children? And sad to say, the court still awards these women their kids. They could have an uncle living in the home that's a molester, and the woman will still get the damn kids. But the father's willing to be the custodial parent. Yes, you had to be checked out if you are suitable to have the kid because you just got out of high school and you're pregnant. She knows she's not stupid. She is not stupid. Okay? You get her around her friends and you get around some tough females that are old school, they're not with this BS, she'll start spewing out what she needs to. She'll start spewing out the truth. Of course, they'll be a little, subtle, and they spew out the truth. She knows, man. She knows that she's wrong. She's just playing dumb. That's it. Just playing dumb. A lot of women do this. They play dumb.
For this child.
When you say wait, hold on there. When you say the 9 months, are you talking about the 9-month pregnancy when the child was inside of you?
Like I provided that, because I chose to have this child. I chose to take care of this child. I did not really want to be with this person anymore. I wanted my child and I wanted to move forward with my life. And the fact of the matter is that I took off work to take care of this child. You know, be it going to the doctor's appointments, all the necessary things. The child came out healthy, came out full term, all these things. I did all the things I need.
That is something that you're supposed to do. That's your responsibility. That's it. Okay, whoop-de-doo. Those are things you're supposed to do as a parent. Whoop-de-doo. That means nothing. That's what you're supposed to do. Why you want praise and accolades for something that you're supposed to do? I remember Chris Rock was having a joke about parents. I'm with black parents. They're so proud of things they're supposed to do. I'm a good parent. You're supposed to be a good parent. You're supposed to go to these doctor's appointments. You're supposed to carry the kid for 9 months. You're supposed to do that. That's it. What's your problem?
Needed to do. The proof is in the pudding with the child. It isn't like I had a record of, oh, you were a bad person, you had these type of records or anything like that. So I'm saying, like, sometimes if
you had a kid at 18 living in a basement apartment, the hell? Yeah, that just screams responsibility. That just shows you're such a model person. Screams responsibility. Yep, and you picked a man that was a pookie or a bottom shelf thug, a bum to have a kid with. Yep, you scream responsibility. Miss responsibility right here.
feels like you're always having to have to fight harder. And then also I think for me in this situation, I feel really bad for the guy because I could only imagine.
Wait.
What I do, like
you feel bad.
No, literally. Can you let me finish? I just wanted to.
But you're contradicting yourself, so I just want to make sure that everybody's following what you're talking about.
What?
Right? Because I want to hear what you have to say, but there are 4,000 people in here, so we need to kind of figure out what you're talking about.
Okay.
You're saying, if the child is half of yours and half his, do you think that just automatically, because of these 9 months that you're talking about, that the mother should be given the child and the father should have visitation because of these special 9 months when your body carried the child? You think you should get an advantage because of these 9 months you kept mentioning?
Yes, I do believe that there could be an advantage for that. I do. Because at the end of the day, if he wanted to be a part of those moments, he could have came to those doctor appointments just as much as I did.
Look, she's bitter because you probably didn't want to be with her anymore. Something went down. Okay? You didn't want to be with her anymore. Something went down. He didn't want, and it just rubbed her the wrong way. She's salty as hell. And she's mad she had to do this alone. You chose this man to let you blow your back out raw. Got pregnant. Now you're trying to punish him. That's it. You had a part to play in this. That's it. He sent people to attack me. Did you know that he had this type of personality? Did you know he had this type of personality? What type of dude was he in high school? Was he even in high school? How old was this dude? Yeah. I think lead attorney should have asked a little bit more questions. How old was this guy? What was he? What type of grades did he get in school? Was he an A+ student? What was he? Captain of the football team? Captain of the football team. Yeah, we all know where this is going. What type of men do you usually go for? He had this kid at 18. What were you doing? What type of men what type of boys did you usually go for? Let's be honest, they really teenagers, not really fully adults here. Yeah. Ask those questions. And the fact she says this is the height of selfishness. And the scary thing is, like, she's not alone. She's not alone. I don't know about her family makeup, but she got a mother probably feeding her the same BS. No accountability. A real mother would say, you know what? You made a mistake, and this man is going to be in that kid's life. Okay? He has a father. That child, daughter or son, got a father. You're going to make sure he is in that he's in these children's lives. Period.
You could have been a part of those things. So I just feel like you can't give me my credit for what I do, when the other person is absent during those time periods.
You're supposed to go to the doctor's office. You're supposed to do these things. All right? Who gives a damn? Why do you want accolades again for things you're supposed to do? You make no sense. So what, he left you? Still got to go to the doctor. So it's still a womb. There's still a baby in your womb. He didn't leave the kid, though. That's the thing. Women confuse the fact that when a man leaves you, he leaves the kid. No, I don't want to be with you. I want to be with my child. And then you want to punish the man. And some of the time, you screwed up the relationship. Sometimes the fact is the female screwed up the relationship and she can't accept that. She can't take accountability. So she wants to punish the man by keeping him away from his child. I know men who are going through this. She screwed up the relationship, ran it into the ground. And now she wants to get back at the man.
And then when the child's born, wants to jump back in and try and get involved. No, that's not right. It's not fair every day.
Yeah. What ended up happening with your case? Did he end up getting 50-50 or did he end up getting so you ended up winning, right?
Yeah, I ended up winning.
So you ended up winning by showing your damn report card.
It's not fair. Did you think it was not fair that you would bring a child in this world at 18? Okay. It's not fair. Why didn't you make him wear rubber? Why didn't you go on birth control? I mean, this was your decision, right? I don't want to hear nothing from the women in the comments section. It caused birth defects. No one gives a shit because it's either that or deal with a man that you don't like for 18 years. Pick your poison. See, it's funny. Men, wear a condom. Strap up. Get snipped. Women, wear birth control. Use birth control. Oh, side effects. Oh, it cranks you cramps. Oh, you don't know my body. It's my body, my choice. Didn't learn to swallow.
It was more things than that. That was the first instance, but
let me just back up here. Why do you think it is that because mothers' bodies naturally carry children for 9 months, why do you think that because of mothers carrying these children for 9 months, they should automatically be given custody and fathers should automatically be given visitation?
Well, I like I said.
Prediction Ascension podcast. If you want to come up, you could come up. I sent the link in the comment section. All right.
Before it's about the involvement. If you want to,
you said it was about the 9 months.
It's 9 months, but I did say that if you wanted to be involved, he could have went to these appointments. He could have. Why dating a young Latin woman is a good option.
Hold on a minute.
In these things, and also the proof is in the pudding.
Why would you want him to come there if you said that this man tried to get you beat up? Why would you want him there? You're talking both sides of your mouth. He should have been there. He should have been there for those doctor's appointments. But on the other side, he sent people after me to beat me up. Why would you want a man near you who tried to get you beat up? I don't get it. And then you're crying about he should have been there. It's not fair. You want a man that tried to get you beat up in the same room as you for doctor's appointments. You are on a new level of stupid. You make no sense.
I'm a bad person. I don't go to my, if I'm a bad mother, you're not going to go to your doctor's appointments when you're supposed to. You're not going to seek prenatal.
You're a bad mother if you choose to sleep with men that are toxic. Of that. You're a bad mother who can't understand that, you complain about this man trying to get you beat up, but then you want him in your presence as you're going to get doctor's appointments done for your baby. You are a bad mother because you can't understand that you're actually saying, I want a man that is mentally unstable, that could possibly get me killed by other people or put his hands on me to be in the same room as me. Yeah, that shows you have poor judgment skills.
You don't care. You're not, and then also the child may come out with disabilities that are preventable. So, or issues if you're an abusive situation, drugs, illness, those things come out in the child. So I feel like if you're able to produce a healthy child, you are able to follow suit and have a record proving that, hey, because there's a chart that you follow. Hey, every 4 weeks, every 3 weeks, every 2 weeks, every week, you're here at the doctor's office doing what you're supposed to do, eating what you're supposed to eat, like, putting everything forth right for your child, taking these special tests because you have to pay for those, all these different exams and everything out of pocket, and plus having insurance, and plus providing for yourself. I think that shows that you have stability overall. It's not because if you're able to, if someone wants to be a part of it, they'll make a way to be a part of it. If they don't want to, then again, for him, he didn't show up for those appointments when those were provided to him at that point. And then to show up at the end and be like,
okay, he didn't show up for the appointments, but you claimed he was trying to get your ass whooped at the same time. What are you talking about? I don't know, man. I mean, I just think the lead attorney should have been a little bit more thorough with her. That's all. I mean, I don't know. I guess if he went my way, if he did things a little bit my way, she would be crying. He would probably risk getting an uproar. But hey, I understand he's a lawyer. He got to be more impartial. Got to be more, let her speak. And I applaud the lead attorney because the way he lets her speak, yes, I like the way it is, because with women, you just let them talk. Let them talk about themselves, and they usually put themselves in the ditch. They usually dig their own graves when they start talking about themselves. They usually telling themselves. That's why it's always good to just keep your mouth shut and just listen. When they say listen to females, listen. There's so much you get when you listen. I'll tell you that now.
Oh, I'm on 50-50. Where were you during that entire time?
Whose beeping is that? Is that you beeping? There's somebody beeping. All right. How old were you when you had this child?
I was 18.
All right. So you were 18, right? So you mentioned about providing for yourself and doing all this. Were you providing for yourself, or did you have insurance? Who was paying all of these bills for you at 18?
I was working at a realty, a big warehouse shop from the time I was 16, and I had worked my way up to supervisory. So I was making a nice amount of money. I had a nice place that I rented a basement. So I had enough, things going for me in that right direction. And I was also enrolled in school.
Yes. Basement. Mm-hmm. Sometimes in the basement, there's not much air circulating in the basement apartment. Yes, that's so great. Yeah. A basement. Mm-hmm. Got pregnant at 18. I say again, pregnant at 18. Yeah, you're handling all that stuff, but yeah, you're not responsible. You're not. How are you a responsible person? You want to say all this crap about him, but you're 18 and knocked up. And you picked a man who was going to try and get you beat up. You're pregnant. Yeah. That just keeps ringing in my ears. You're 18, knocked up, basement apartment, picked a job that really doesn't have any, staying power, because at the end of the day, they could always shut down. Going to school, doesn't that give a lot of stress to the child? All that stress. Right.
So I feel like I was doing the right things. I was moving myself forward. I had a trajectory of where I was pursuing, and still pursuing.
So you were upset that he would not attend these prenatal visits with you, but then once the baby was born healthy, he wanted 50-50 custody. But you felt like that was unfair because he did not go to the prenatal visits with you.
I feel it's unfair. I feel it's unfair.
So, good. So let's just kind of push this out to other people now, because you feel it's unfair to you, it would be unfair to everybody else. Should there be a rule that fathers who do not go to the prenatal visits do not get 50-50 custody?
Yes, because if you're saying that, especially with times now, which you're saying life starts at conception, they should be a part of that life. They should be a part of those steps. They should be held responsible for all of those things as well. Not just not just at the end when the child comes out and now you're like, oh, well, I'm going to take 50. No, I've put in work on this. I've taken sick leave for this. I've taken all these different things. So I don't.
Let me ask you.
All right. Most men, the type of man that she picked would have just left her with the baby, but he wants to be in the kid's life. She doesn't see down the road how hard it could be being a single mom. He's willing to be there for the child. I don't understand if she has a father in her life, how do you let her ramble this nonsense? If she has a mother, how do you let her ramble on this nonsense?
Do you think a child needs a father?
Puts the camera over in that direction.
Yes, I do believe a child needs a father.
Does a child benefit from having the father in the child's life?
A child does benefit from having a father figure in their life.
Because what I just hear you say is me. I did this and I did that and I did this and I did that. I'm hearing that you're not talking about the goddamn child. What does your child need?
A lot of women think this way. A lot of women think it's me. I did this. I did that. But they don't understand you're supposed to do those things. See, the gender roles are here for a reason. They're designed for what jobs men and women have. The man works. The woman has the kid. All right. She runs the home. Okay. And the man comes home and brings home the bacon. And if the fact that you guys are not together, he works and he brings home money to give to the woman when she needs it for the kids. The man's the general, the woman's the field commander. Okay, field commander, what's up? Yeah, we need more groceries. The bills need to be paid. We kind of our son needs money for piano lessons. Our daughter needs a tutor. That's how it goes. But in the Black community, not all people, but the majority of them, they don't want to hear about this. They think it's sexist and misogynistic. And the majority of the Black community is a matriarchy. Even though you have parts of the Black community that is very affluent, very very upscale, you have the majority of it is just run by females, feminazi females who don't have rhyme or reason about logic.
You keep talking about what you did, but what about your child? Why are you putting you above your child? That's what I can't understand. You say that your child needs the father, but then because he didn't but because he didn't show up to the visits.
No, she said father. She said father. She didn't say father figure. She said father. I'll roll that sucker right back.
Child. What is your child? Let me ask you, do you think a child needs a father?
Yes, I do believe a child needs a father.
Does a child benefit from having the father in the child's life?
A child does benefit from having a father figure in their
Did you hear anything about father figure? Or did you hear father? I heard father.
life.
Because what I just hear you say is me. You know, I did this and I did that and I did this and I did that. I'm hearing that you're not talking about the goddamn child. What does your child need? You keep talking about what you did, but what about your child? Why are you putting you above your child? That's what I can't understand. You say that your child needs the father, but then because he didn't but because he didn't show up to the visits, now your child doesn't get those same benefits. Your child gets less time, less valuable time with the father because he didn't show up to your visits. But the child is missing out.
I don't feel like the child missed out overall. The child is.
You just said that a child benefits from time with the father.
I didn't say a father. I said a father.
You said father. Stop lying. You said father.
Figure. And the father figure.
Father figures, all right? Father figures for kids, right? Is if the father is not in the kid's life, okay? The father's not there. The father's dead or in jail. You know, the father just went off and abandoned the kid. That's when you need a father figure. That's what father figures are for, okay? Father figures are to be in place when the biological father is not around. That's what a father figure is for. New level of dumb, man. New level of stupid. Special kind of stupid.
Say father figure.
Jesus Christ, are you guys listening to this bullshit? So like an uncle could be a father figure, right?
Yep. He had his uncles. He had my father, and he was able to.
Yeah, and your father let you get away with this nonsense spewing out of your brains. Your father let you. It couldn't be me, man. It couldn't be me. It would not happen with me. It would not happen with me. I give two craps about feelings when it comes to certain situations. When it comes to serious issues, I give two solid craps. Cry, you know, I'm a dad myself. I don't give a shit. I don't. It's what has to be said, what has to be done. Period.
Move forward in his life. Like, it's not. I don't think that every person is the right father figure.
Then why are you?
Wait a minute. Right, father figure. But you let this dude. You should have swallowed. Sorry, you should have swallowed. You chose to have sex with this man. Raw. You had sex with a man that had the ability to get you beat up by other people. Then cry when that man isn't there at the prenatal care visits. And then when he wants to be there, you say it's not fair. He shouldn't get 50-50. You chose this man. You chose him. I say it again. Women, it's always a slap on the wrist. Men, nailed to the cross. And this got to stop. And the system truly is broken. The child support system is nothing but a money racket. That's it. It's nothing but a money racket. That's all I see here. And you're rewarding these mental midgets right here. This mental midget, custody. All custody. She just deserves 50-50 because that kid, she didn't make this kid by herself.
Sleeping with these men. Why are you creating children with these men if they're not the father figures?
Well,
why don't you just sleep with your uncle? I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
So I went ahead. I did not know that person was going to be like that when that happened. And then as things went on.
You didn't know he wasn't going to show up to the visits? Is that what you're talking about?
I did not know it was.
Let me get this straight. You slept with this dude and didn't know he was going to show up for the visits. And now that he doesn't show up for the visits, now your child doesn't need him. Now your child just needs a father figure. Your father, for example, or the uncle, for example.
Yep. And we've moved on perfectly. We've moved on. Now I'm happy married. He has a beautiful step.
I think I'm going to move on. I think I'm going to move on.
Yeah, man. This right here, it's all about her. It is all about her. It is all about her. And you have women like this exist. They really do. It's all about me, 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 me. It's all about me, 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 me. That's it. And sad to say, the court system will allow these women to have their way. Even when there's a man that he may be the world's terrible boyfriend or husband, but he could be a good father, they will still let her have full custody. And the father of this woman, he's a disgrace. Because the minute if this happens, if I was in his shoes, and she complains to me about how this man is not showing up for the visits, hold up. You let him bust and you raw, right? Why didn't you swallow? I'm telling you, man, I'm really, really an asshole when it comes to certain things. Heard of asshole consulting? I'm an asshole parent when I have to be. Because I wouldn't be tolerating this. You dug your grave, now lie in it. Period. And especially the part about how you crying how this man almost got you beat up by other people. That still sticks with me, but you want him there for the prenatal visits. A father should have been just getting in that ass. And after a good tongue lashing, get out of my face. That's it. Get out of my face. Just update me when my grandchild is born. That's all I got to say about this. What do you think about the situation? Tell me your thoughts. Like, share, comment, subscribe. All the information about this channel is in the description box. All right? Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I am working on a Patreon channel. Get the gist of it. I will try to do the video editing soon. Still have to get a little patience with that. I'm going to try to get that out the way. Try to upgrade my skills to say on this channel. All right. Later.